On this show, 35 years young, I'm going to point out. She passed up an opportunity to perform at King Charles' coronation tomorrow. I don't know why that is. I know she has a lot of company among the British pop stars and others. Neil Sean is with us, a royal reporter in London. Neil, what's going on? So many big British names that are not going to be performing for the King tomorrow. What's going on with that?
Good afternoon, Neil, from London. And yes, well, is it true or isn't it true? Listen, what we can't, I don't know how to break this to you, actually, Neil. I'm a little bit concerned, in fact, because Adele didn't pass up the opportunity. She didn't pass up the opportunity. Actually, I have it on very good authority that while they do like Adele as a performer, she was considered to be too unreliable, given the sort of problem that happened in Las Vegas. And, you know, what you have to remember is this.
Behind her. It was a scheduling issue. Equipment wasn't up to steam. The construction of the expanded auditorium. Wow, can this woman ever live that down? But go on.
Well, it's actually, no, I have to be honest. I know that over the rest of the world, Las Vegas was the big issue. But actually over here as well, she is quite known for having a few problems and missing shows. So, you know, and as a person who's actually met her and interviewed her, I can tell you, you know, it's a rather difficult thing. Because obviously, when you think about that, you have to think in royal terms, who can we rely on? And rightly so, people have said, well, what about Ed Sheeran? Well, sadly, Ed was very busy in another court, actually, not the court of King Charles, but a court of law, battling out songwriting problems, of which we now know he's won, thankfully. Indeed. But you know, the other thing, though, Neil, is what people really wanted, and I think they've kind of got this with your very own US superstar Lionel Richie, is they kind of wanted somebody that they knew and felt comfortable with, and you know, could bring a party atmosphere with the best will in the world. And even Adele would say this. You know, it's hardly a laugh a minute with those songs. You do need Dancing on the Ceiling and The Real Hello.
They're all right. No. You know, there you might be making a good point, Neil. But what about the Spice Girls, Harry Styles, Robbie Williams? No. Regrets? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it.
You know, I think because, on a more wider note, I think because we had the Platinum Jubilee, and that also had big names, a big concert. You know, we had the very brilliant Diana Ross, if you remember, who was excellent. And you see, the thing is, King Charles and both the late Queen were big fans of Motown. Not a lot of people know that. So, you know, Diana Ross was a perfect fit. I think what we would have liked to have seen in this concert mix over here, which also has other big names, by the way. We do have Take That minus Robbie Williams. And we do have, of course, Katy Perry, your very own, probably singing I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It. Could be rather controversial there. But, you know, the bigger picture, really, I think they wanted to see some real British rock and rollers, you know, like Sir Tommy Steele, Marty Wilde, big names like that. Because that really is the audience that would have made a party go.
But so you're not saying there's no, I guess what I'm trying to, you know, goose you along with is whether there's any angst with the royal family, or what, you know, this isn't the Queen, this is their son, they love the Queen, they're not so sure about the son. There's all the drama around, you know, the family and whether they're all in this together. Is that playing any part of this, and that these entertainers feel they can't win if they say yes or no?
Not really, because actually, if you look at, say, the Queen and King Charles, or Prince Charles as he was then, he was far more into the arts. You know, if you remember that sensational picture of the Spice Girls grabbing his bum and kissing him at the Manchester Opera House and stuff like that, you know. So he was far more game. You wouldn't dare do that to the Queen, let me tell you, you know. So
we don't know. We don't know that for sure. But you know, whatever happens at Buckingham stays at Buckingham, right? I mean,
absolutely. But, you know, the bigger picture, I think, really is that, yes, you know, a lot of people are on tour. As I say, I think they would have liked some, you know, but again, look, Lionel Richie was at a garden party yesterday. He could not believe that he was picked for such an historic event. And let's not forget also, Her Majesty the Queen did pick the superstar actor Tom Cruise as main host for the Platinum Jubilee, apparently because she thought he was rather good looking. Obviously, you must have been busy, Neil.
You know, Neil, you have you're an encyclopedia, but you also have a great sense of humor, and you also spell your name correctly. There are some, you know, imposters out there who do it N-E-A-L. You do it the way it should be, N-E-I-L. But no, Neil, enjoy the coronation, my friend. You are a valuable resource, and I appreciate that. Neil Sean, royal reporter. Of course, he'll be all over this coronation in London as things formally kick off, bright and early. Our time, I think it's, what, 5?